Hello, folks. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Plucking Petals podcast with James and Kyle. As always, I am Kyle.
And I'm James.
As we go a little something like this.
It's all about the good, bad, love, hate. How are you doing, good sir?
Oh, man, I've been just enjoying the last 6 hours of my 20s vitality.
How does that make you feel?
Kind of sad.
Now you're going to be the dirty 30.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you feel sad that you're losing your 20s?
I don't know. It's just that you age. You know what? 30 is young. I know. It's kind of cool. I'm actually very happy with where I am in my life.
Yeah.
I actually own some stuff, which I never really did before.
You're doing a podcast with me.
Oh, yeah.
You brew beer, and then you're slowly dying like we all are. So nothing is new, and that's okay.
So when you hear this, it comes out tomorrow, right? You doing that on?
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, so if you listen to this day, it comes out. That's my 30th birthday.
Boom.
And
4th of
America's
July,
somethingth birthday.
Throwing out fireworks.
Yeah.
So every firework you see, that's a happy birthday, James. So
Hell
make sure that
yeah.
you guys are very much aware of that. I'm very excited because 4th of July. How do you feel about having the 4th of July on your birthday?
It's nice. I've only ever had to work on it in 1 year.
Okay.
I was working at a golf course behind the house I grew up in.
Gotcha.
It wasn't really hard labor or anything.
No,
but
it's
it's nice.
golf
You
course.
get the day off.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, like you don't get to do stuff with a lot of friends.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've gone to a few things, you guys, but but, you know, family time. It's nice.
Yeah. That's I feel like it's a good thing because it's already like automatically a party. Most people are off that day anyway.
Good
so
barbecuing day.
Exactly.
Nice summer stuff. I will say that growing up, I don't know, this comes off as a little narcissistic. I remember going to my first birthday party, and I don't remember what age this is.
Yeah.
But, you know, the person had their birthday, whatever. It gets dark. It's almost time to go home. I'm like, well, where are your fireworks? I thought that was... And I didn't think that they were shooting fireworks off because it was my birthday. I thought that it was like, oh, it's your birthday. Then what you go do for your birthday is go watch fireworks.
Yeah,
Just like
exactly.
It's a thing that's always happening. We just happened to do it when it was my birthday.
That's such a genuine kid thing to do. It's just to be so blunt and honest, but now understand the concept of a different holiday. But yeah, no, I do enjoy having the day off tomorrow. I find it weird that I was off Sunday and then I had to work today. Most people do, and then they're off on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's bullshit. So especially because last night we chartered a boat. Me, my dad, my brother, a guy from work, uncle, cousin. 6 of us, we went fishing for walleye in the lake.
Yeah.
We didn't get back in shore till like 9. We didn't get the fish clean and stuff till like close to 10. Didn't get home here till like midnight because we went out to East Lake, so that's way out there on the east side. And I'm just going to work this morning sucked. My alarm went off, and I'm like, you're kidding, right?
Yeah.
This cannot be a thing.
Oh.
Yeah. So today was bullshit.
I understand. But speaking of food, how is your smoker? I haven't heard anything from you about your smoker last week or so.
The last thing I did in it was just at least got some pork butt that was already cut.
Okay.
So I mean,
cut how?
I mean, like cut into 4 big chunks. So I honestly just smoked him for a couple hours. I rubbed him like it was normal, like I was gonna do it, like it
pork.
Is
a butt. You rub butts, yeah.
But what I did is I cooked it for only a couple hours. I checked the internal temperature to hit like 180, which is about 15 to 20 degrees lower than when you're going for pulled pork. So we pulled them out and just kind of ate them like pork chops.
Yeah.
It actually was pretty good.
Okay.
So it's like a nice It's obviously takes a lot more time than grilling it, but
yeah.
Real quick smoke day.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I do want to bring up, Kyle got me for my birthday a really awesome picture. It's him and me podcasting in the style of Rick and Morty, and looking at it makes me smile.
Good.
Yeah.
It makes me happy. I have the file, so maybe I'll throw that up on the Facebook page and all the social medias this week. But James, for my birthday, I don't know if we discussed this, but you got me.
I brought it to you the one part day of the podcast, but I don't think it came up.
Yes.
That was when we had Kuhar on.
But for my birthday, James got me a Guy Fieri hot sauce, not hot sauce, barbecue sauce that I very much enjoy. But also he got me the Guy Fieri family cookbook, and I'm very excited because I'm very much into cooking right now. So we'll have to do like a dinner sometime soon. I know you thumbed through anything good in the cookbook?
Yeah, there's
that we should be looking for?
I'm surprised by the quality of the recipes in there for some reason. Like someone who's claim to fame in the cooking world is something called donkey sauce. I don't really have a lot of faith in his, but yeah, stuff in there looks legit.
Did you read the article? I think it was a couple days ago where he admitted that it was just like an aioli, like it wasn't anything special.
That's
I
funny.
still don't know if that was a real article or not,
Yeah.
but I feel like that's amazing. So I'll post some pictures tomorrow during 4th of July. So when you're drunk with your friends or you want to avoid your family for a little bit, hop on the Facebook and check out some cool pictures.
Oh yeah.
This past couple weeks, I've been doing a lot of freelance wedding videography, which has been daunting and exhausting, but it's been pretty fun.
So do you do any like video, or is it all just still pictures?
I do video.
So do you do
Simply
any still
video.
pictures?
I don't do any stills. That's
So do they
the photographer's job.
So they do. You're not a wedding photographer. You're a videographer. So they hired 2 guys. So there's usually a wedding photographer there, and do you capture the ceremony?
Yeah. So what I do is, depending on who gets what, normally a full day is me getting there at like 10 or 11, and I film everyone getting ready, and it's like you do the ceremony, you do the reception, all the dances, and then I go back, put some music under it, make a highlight reel, and give them all the footage and whatnot. So it's been fun, but they're like long 12-hour days.
So how do you get in contact with you if you want to use Kyle as your videographer?
You can email me at thisiskylewertz@gmail.com. If you want that good video sometime, that'd be great. I really appreciate it. Money's fun. I just find them to be, I like them because it's one of the jobs that I like because everyone's in such a good mood for the most part.
Yeah.
As many times as I've done these now, I've never had a big problem with anyone. Everyone just wants to have a fun time, and they want you to capture that moment of them having fun. And you get to be a part of that fun, and you get fed all day, and it's,
Do any weddings still do and if anyone thinks that they shouldn't be married, speak now or forever hold your peace thing? Because it was like a big trope in movies.
Exactly.
Growing up, and I've we're entering wedding season. Like I'm starting to go to these things all the time, and I've never seen it.
I think that's just like I think it's an old Hollywood trope, if not like an 80s wedding thing.
So was it ever really in weddings, or
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember any
It does seem
wedding.
kind of tasteless.
It does seem kind of tasteless, and I feel like I still hear about it from time to time. I will have to ask some people who are in the business more full-time than I am, but I haven't been. Granted, the last wedding I did this past weekend was a Romanian wedding, so they could have said it. I don't know.
It was actually in Romanian?
It was in Romanian, and that was very different and exciting. But yes, I've been doing that, and then also I just got on the Lakewood Beck Center has an improv team. Called Something Dada. They're their house improv team, and I did an audition last week, and I am now on their improv team. So right now I'm going to be at their rehearsals. Basically, I'm like the third string quarterback. I kind of have to like go through all the practices and see where I fit best with them, but I am now officially on an improv team again. I'm very excited. And then I pitched my short film the other day, and I'm still waiting to hear back of what our results of the contest was. So that's me.
Nice.
I don't know. How about I go over your fan mail because it's your birthday.
Okay.
I should have. No one emailed about your birthday. And folks, you can always email us at thepluckingpetalspodcast@gmail.com if you want to send some good birthday wishes to James or myself or anyone. You could say happy birthday to anyone. Any famous 4th of July birthdays we should know besides you, of course, because you're on an award-winning podcast. But
I don't know, actually.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's dead. That's fine.
I know. Sorry.
Let's go over your fan mail. The title of the fan mail is called Silence. It's submitted by Steve from Boston. He's also not verified. It's pretty short. Thank you for doing that movie. You all did a great job. Gave me much to think about. You were awesome.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
That was good. I put a lot of effort into that movie, and so I love hearing that it resonated with my fans.
Yeah.
And they got something out of it.
You really want to get an emotional charge from it.
When you put yourself into something, I mean, I know it's not going to be perfect, but you like to hear that hard work rewarded.
Exactly.
And so thank you for that.
Okay, good. Have you seen any good movies lately?
No.
Speaking of movies, it's just bad transitions today.
Actually,
so.
with our previous guest, Andrew Kuhar,
Yeah.
he invited me he pulled some tickets off of an early screening of Spider-Man Homecoming.
Ooh.
And we didn't get there early enough. They used all the seats.
Oh, I want to see it. I want to see that and Baby Driver, and then
I
Big
do
Sick comes out
really
too.
want to see Baby Driver.
That's been getting amazing reviews.
Yeah, Edgar Wright. I mean, what was The World's End was still an okay movie, but for the most part, his movies are.
I would still watch it again. I still firmly believe, I know I'm in the wrong here, but I still feel that Shaun of the Dead is the more superior film of the Cornetto trilogy.
No, actually, I think that's the common belief. I think Hot Fuzz is a little better. And
Okay.
I think that's not.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the majority, I know you're very much Hot Fuzz. My girlfriend Ashley's very much Hot Fuzz. Our wonderful in-house DJ, P. Stoops, is very much about Hot Fuzz. It's very rare that I hear Shaun of the Dead is a favorite of people's, and that's definitely mine. I mean,
that might just be our circle. I'm pretty sure Shaun of the Dead is
gotcha.
widely received as the better one.
Okay.
But I do think Hot Fuzz.
And that's totally
But
fine.
Shaun of the Dead is great. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Go see these movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. So yes, Mom, thank you for taking me to go see Shaun of the Dead when I was underage. It changed everything.
Was it really that long ago?
Yeah, it was
Wow.
like I was still in high school. Yeah,
Damn.
I know, it was a while ago. I begged.
Aging.
I remember begging my mom to take me to go see it, and it was in like Valley View. We had to like travel like 40 minutes to go see it. I begged her for like a week and a half to take me to go see it with her. Anyways, let's go into some problems.
Can I talk about something real quick before that?
Of course you can.
I want to say, coming up on America's birthday,
Yes.
there's something really cool about America that we have that no other country in the world has at the same extent we do.
Okay.
And that's public land. Like,
Okay.
we have all of these parks and like
Yeah.
that are yours. Like as a taxpayer, you have access to stuff.
Yeah.
So don't forget how cool that is. Like use
Yeah.
that stuff, appreciate that stuff. Like I've been getting more into fishing, and it's just so awesome to have a million places to do it. I don't have to go beg landowners. There's a real funny story about this. I don't know if you heard. New Jersey couldn't pass its state budget,
Okay.
so they shut down.
Okay.
So like no longer people weren't allowed to use parks over this last weekend.
Okay. Does like public transportation shut down too?
You know what? I don't know the specifics of it.
Okay.
Like that. So the governor's Chris Christie.
Oh, yes.
And this is kind of a silly story. So everyone, if you had reservations for RVs and stuff, you could stay through their parks Friday night. But Saturday at closing, you had to get the hell out of there. The parks were shut down.
Jesus.
So the governor, Chris Christie, though, was photographed on Saturday with his family, like using one of these public beaches that no one else was allowed to use.
Oh.
And, he said he had the governor residence there. Maybe, I don't really know the specifics of it.
Yeah.
But basically, he was so flippant about it. He was asked, well, what the hell, dude? Like, why did you use these beaches when no one else could use? Like, well, you can run for governor and just, like, get out.
Jeez. That's some
So
dick move.
it
I
was-
get it. I get
Yeah.
it. I get it. But yeah.
Like, I
holy
don't want to
shit.
overbash him. I get it. The house is there. But that was, like, almost kind of like the villain from a kid's TV show kind of
Yeah.
like talking. Like, you want to teach your kids, like, hey, these shows are fun, but, like, no one in the real world is this kind of black or white evil. Like,
Yeah.
but-
And this guy's just hanging out on the beach, just rolling around. I was wondering because I saw a picture of, I guess, Chris Christie on a beach today before
Yeah,
I
that's
came
probably
over.
what that was.
And I didn't understand the context. And I'm like, I don't get why this is funny. I don't get what I'm like. Clearly, I'm not up on the news. I don't know. But now, thank you for clarifying that. Public beaches and stuff is. Have you been to Edgewater recently?
Just the one we flew the drone together was the last
Okay.
time I
Yeah,
was
we have
there.
to do that more. I haven't taken that. I haven't taken Alcadrone out in a little while.
Yeah, we need
so.
to do some more Alcadroning. I love Alcadroning.
Yeah, Alcadrone is my favorite droning. Edgewater just opened up like a public food and like bar thing there.
I heard about that.
So I definitely want to go down there again. So yeah, definitely we should Alcadrone sometime soon. God damn, I can't believe like having lack of public land is like.
Yeah, I mean,
I
we had
didn't
that-
realize that was a problem.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know I didn't really research into this at all. It was just something I kind of heard on my way home.
Yeah.
Like I said, I kind of lightly plugged that Orvis podcast last time, the fly fishing one, and
Yeah.
one of the guys came on, and he was all advocating like how cool our public services are, and I never even like thought about that.
Yeah, you're
It's
just like, this is a normal thing we
yeah,
think
you want to go
about.
fly fish England, Japan, you got to know somebody or like pay like we have all this public stuff. This is very unique, so it's
Yeah.
very cool. It's something we actually get out of our tax dollars. I love it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's awesome. So
I can
I've
dig
gotta
it.
appreciate that more.
Okay.
Starting to learn. We're all public landowners.
We're
here in
all
America.
public landowners
Yeah.
at the end of the day. We're just all public people. James, let's talk about your problem that I'm already dreading.
Yeah, all right, so here we are. We're entering Video Game Corner.
Okay, Game Corner for a little bit, that's fine.
My problem this week is PlayerUnknown's Battle Leg, and I'll complete the name of the game when they complete the game itself.
That's fine. Yeah. Now, for those who don't know, can you explain what this game is?
So it's called PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Yes.
And the reason I've been calling it Battle Leg is because on the Tiny Friends list, the name is so long it cuts it off at Battle Leg.
This is
so
true.
The first time I saw someone playing it, that's what I thought it was called.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason I have a problem with it is it's the new, gimmicky, really popular, we've already made our sales early access game.
Yes.
Which means that if you went to a restaurant and are like, hey, I'll have the steak, and it showed up uncooked with the spices on the side, that's basically what you're getting here. You have to pay full price for it and still tip your waiter, but you're not getting a complete product.
Yes.
This drives me crazy.
I know it does.
I am so sick of this.
I know it does.
Kyle, why don't you go ahead and explain why you and your friends are enjoying this game?
Okay, so this is the first time, I think, in Plucking Petals podcast history where we have different views on a problem here. I've been playing this game a lot, and it's been something that has been taking my time video game-wise, and I enjoy it a lot. It's got its problems, which...
Okay, that's fine. Things
they
have their problems.
They have issues.
There are games I love that have their problems.
I think of Bethesda, one of my favorite game companies of all time. Even the new Doom had problems, and that was a full $60 game. I feel like...
I don't think they developed that, though. They just published it.
They just published it?
Pretty much all Elder Scrolls.
Oh,
they
really?
Might have some other development credits,
well, okay, that's fine. Anyways, that's id then. Id, whatever. But with PlayerUnknown, it's early access. It was $30 when I bought it. Granted, I will give you that I went on eBay and found it for $20 and had to go through some China website to get it. So I saved $10 and I feel like a better person for it.
I'm going to bring in my problem one of these days, those kinds of sites.
Yes.
Real quick aside. Right now, I'll just hit it now.
No, hit it now.
It's like G2G or G2A.
Yeah, GOG and G2A and Humble Bundles.
Not Humble Bundle. They do it because
they do charity.
People donate the keys to them.
Yeah.
But those second-party sellers or third-party, I don't know those words right now. I'm not running on a lot of sleep.
They're like the flea market of games.
Yeah, but how they work is they say, oh, we manipulate the currency exchange to get it in the cheapest country and then sell it to you. But what they really do is people steal credit cards, buy a bunch of these game keys, and then put them up on this website. And so you buy them cheaper, and then all of a sudden these studios are shit out of luck. So I know it doesn't really hurt big game companies.
Yeah.
But little game companies, I can't remember the name of the indie game, but it's like shut down studios before.
Really?
It was like, there are 100,000 people playing this game on Steam, and we sold 27,000 copies. Like, basically, people use a stolen credit card to buy these keys.
And then they
card
cancel
gets
the
claimed
credit
story,
card.
they cancel it, so the
game
game publisher has to take the hit on that.
Gross.
Sorry, that was that aside. So
anyways, I
buy things through legit channels.
Do you follow Devolver Digital on Twitter?
I watch their E3. I don't follow them on Twitter.
Okay.
I don't have a Twitter. I don't follow anyone on Twitter.
They like once in a while will make fun of those things and like keep retweeting them and like fuck with them. Also, did you like the Devolver Digital conference?
Really funny.
It is one of my favorite E3.
Actually, they're gonna kind of bring up what I'm hitting at here.
That's fine.
EA earliest access.
Unethical business practices today.
Yeah.
So let's get back to PlayerUnknown real quick.
Yeah.
So basically the concept of the game is that you join a server with 100 players, you fly over an island, and you jump out of a helicopter, you jump out of a plane, and it is a fight to the death. It's kind of like the movie Battle Royale or the one with Stone Cold Steve Austin that I don't remember the name of.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but I have seen Battle
actually
Royale.
Not a bad movie. It's not great. Stone Cold Steve Austin's in it, and there's like 13 people instead of a bunch of Chinese kids. And you have to hunt. You basically hunt each other down, and you have to find weapons. It's all randomly generated, weapon-wise and ammo and stuff like that. And the game ends when there's only one person alive.
Or a squad, right?
Or a squad. Yeah. You can win with 2, or actually you can win with 4. There's 3 different game types or whatever. It's currently in earliest access.
And it will never be in anything else.
It hurts me to say, but I do feel that way. Yeah. But I also feel that I've put in a significant amount of hours in this game when I have time. and I feel like if one day they just shut it off, I had my fun with it, and I enjoyed my experience. But I do think their model is a little different in a way that the PlayerUnknown is doing weekly updates, kind of like how WoW does, World of Warcraft, where they do every Tuesday with World of Warcraft, doing new patches, making sure everything's balanced. PlayerUnknown's doing that a weekly thing, whether it be through server patches or new weapons and balance issues or like lag and stuff like that. So they are developing it. Also, I feel like this guy is a true success story in taking something that wasn't his and making it to something else. He started off being a modder.
Oh, it made its money. Like, it's
yeah.
one of the best-selling games. I was actually doing some research for this, just fucking around when I got home from work today.
Yeah.
It's the second most popular game on Twitch right now.
What's the first? Probably League.
Probably League.
Yeah. So that's what actually that was what got me into it, was Twitch. Watching someone play this game. I feel like since they make the constant updates, we go back to the modding thing. So he started off with a Arma mod, which Arma is a game and it's like a military shooter.
Yep.
I'm saying this to you like you don't know this.
No, I know.
You don't know this, but most people don't. So Arma is a military multiplayer game, and
its thing is like super realism. So
yes.
like, Call of Duty and stuff, you're running around, if you reload a gun, you have 100 bullets, 15 of them in your clip, you shoot 7, you reload, you have 100 minus 7. Where Arma's like, you throw that whole 15
you're gone with
away.
the idea is hyper realism to the extreme, which is wonderful. And then he started making mods for Arma, which turned into is that DayZ?
DayZ. So it started in Arma 2, and then in 2010 Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead. So this DayZ mod originally started 2009, 2010.
Yes.
And it was fun, but
I hated it. I bought it. I hated it.
Oh no, the first one you didn't have to buy.
The DayZ one?
There is a standalone DayZ that came out in 2013.
That's what I bought.
Yeah. So this is why this is kind of my problem.
Yes.
So 2009, it comes out as an Arma 2 mod. It's full of problems, but whatever, this is fine.
Yeah.
Because it is just a mod for a game, and it's a fun game style to have with it. This one isn't as quick, and I appreciate Battlegrounds whole 100 people. We're just whittling it down. We cut off areas of the game zone, so it really is, you can get in and finish a game. It's not just like a chronic stay alive, just fill the meters. I have a hunger meter and it is a game.
Yeah.
But so DayZ started as a mod, and it definitely had a lot of potential. You kind of roam around, there are like zombies on the map, but there's really not that many, but there's randomly generated like weapons and stuff, and it was full of bugs.
Yeah.
So they got popular enough that they made a sellable standalone, the DayZ mod, and that's probably the one you bought. That came out in December of 2013. I bought it as well.
Yes.
It came out in early access in 2013. It is 2017. It is still in early access.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is my problem with it. Is they're selling you incomplete products.
Yes.
So Battlegrounds has a lot of polish, and you're saying they're updating it every day. Well, fucking take the extra 6 months a year, finish the game, and sell it to people.
This is true.
But now there's like the weird bugs and the janky animations that just are never going to be fixed because it already made its money. Why am I going to put this extra work into it?
Exactly.
I'm not going to resell this game to everyone who's already bought it that was interested in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of copycats of this. I like
of
the
course.
War Z and freaking that Ark Survival one.
Yeah. I mean he's made his way into the battle royale scene basically for video games. Like, he's the guy who made the H1Z1 King of the Hill kind of thing, and then he moved on to this. But also I was reading an interview with him the other day, and he was talking about how like his original Arma mod or whatever, he pays for all of the servers to make sure that game is still running. So he pays like over $2,000 a month to make sure that everyone can still play his games. And I feel like that's like not, like, oh, that's why you should buy this game. I feel like he's a little nicer with it. He's like, he understands the concept. I will say that when I bought DayZ, it was way more unfinished than it was when I bought Battlegrounds. And
it's close to a game.
Yes.
This is kind of what's most frustrating about it, is it's probably never going to be a game, but it's like 90 to 95%.
Exactly.
there.
And they're just tweaking it and tweaking it and tweaking it. And I don't know. It's the difference between, I feel like, with the DayZ mod and this is that I feel like this is more of a complete game, and I'm okay with paying the money. But with the DayZ one, when I bought it, I wasn't. After I played it for a couple hours, I'm like, I'm not. I goofed. I really goofed up.
So
real
that's
bad.
cool. He's paying his $2,000 to
Yeah.
keep the server alive on his incomplete alpha he had people buy, but he's never gonna go finish that.
Well, here's the other thing though, is that this is only pie in the sky kind of thing. Not even pie in the sky. It was said on the E3 floor that that game is coming out. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is coming out for the Xbox One in 2018. We don't know 2018, but that is the first early access game that I can think of that has a definite release.
Then
So,
that would be great. No,
that
the
would be
other two
awesome.
I can think of, none made it to consoles. There was a Kerbal Space Program, which is a fun little
That's early access?
It's not anymore.
Oh.
It started early access and was.
I had
for a
no
year
idea
or
that was
two,
an early
and
access
it actually
title.
came out.
Okay.
And then there was one called Starbound. It's kind of like a little 2D Minecraft in space, and it came out.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's more, but those are the only two success stories I can think of early access.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like with this kind of money and the constant updates, because I remember playing DayZ and didn't get an update very often.
No.
It was a problem. I feel like this time they were like, well, we had so much backlash. Let's fix what we're doing. This is only conjecture. This is only hoping. But so far, I'm having a blast playing this game.
And I saw they just banned 30,000 hackers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
So
really
that's
trying.
a chronic problem, I can see.
It's a huge problem, especially in the Twitch people, like all the Twitch community people who are getting like just wrecked on these servers.
So this is the other thing I saw when I was browsing through the Twitch channels.
Yeah.
The most watched, I went through the top 5. None of them were actually playing the game.
What?
They were either like in between life or death, or one guy was like camping by a tree. This is the only one I saw that actually had any gameplay. A guy ran up behind him, he shot at him. The guy was right in his reticle, but it didn't hit. The guy turned around and killed him.
Yeah.
And then so he basically was sitting there talking to his fans, thanking donations, and like waiting
Yeah.
to queue up into another one. So it just, this game also seems very. This is a different issue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if it's for me because it kind of seems like you have big streaks of like 1 or 2 minutes that are awesome, and most of it's just kind of wandering around with your head cut off, hoping to find something cool.
I guess it depends on how you play.
Yeah.
So I played a little bit this weekend, and I was playing with my roommate, our friend Jason, and basically I have two play styles. I either fall pretty far out of the map so I can gather stuff and we slowly make our way into the circle where we don't get hurt, and then we start killing people in hopes that we don't get sniped. Or if I want a quick game, I'm going to jump into a super popular area of the map, and we're just going to go balls to the wall.
Yeah.
And I like the idea that you can still win with both of those play styles. It just depends on how you like to play, I guess, because there's different options, you can different guns, stuff like that. So I don't know. It just I guess it just depends on how you like playing the game.
Yeah, and I'm just sick of playing the same early access game for the last 8-9 years now.
Yeah.
Just make that game and go do something else.
I would appreciate if they stuck to the schedule for 2018.
Yeah.
I will eat my words if they don't. I will owe you $5 gentlemen dollars.
Yeah. All right, we'll make a $5 gentleman dollar bet.
$5 gentleman dollar bet.
So I don't know if this is the most potential, but I'm skeptical just because of this guy's
Of the history. Yes.
And like, what's the incentive now? Because the fact of the matter is, this game will never be more popular than it is right now.
This
so
is
even if
true.
it gets a full release in 2018, I promise you we will not see the concurrent player numbers that it has like right now, or at least in the past month or so.
Yeah.
This is when it's in its hype, this is when it's new, and this is when it's exciting.
Okay.
And this is the problem with early access, is you only get your release day once.
Mm-hmm.
And that is when you have the most people playing your thing.
Yeah.
So if you waste it on your incomplete product, you're not really giving most of your consumers like the full, like, fleshed out experience.
Yeah.
Like I talk about Dark Souls a lot. It's one of my favorite game franchises of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I got into the first one a little late, but when Dark Souls 2 came out, playing that game on the first day with all the other people who no one has any idea what the fuck is going on is some of the most fun I've ever had in gaming.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, Dark Souls 2 is probably my least favorite all of the Soulsborne games.
Mm-hmm.
But I probably have my fondest memories of it because it was like the first time I was ever involved in the community actually like figuring this shit all out together.
Well, that's just a timing thing, too.
That is a timing thing, but that's the problem with early access is it fucks up your timing thing.
This is true.
Your release, when you have this moment of everyone playing the game for the first time together, is an incomplete product.
Well, that's not true as well, because then even though it's an incomplete product, you still are able to play and explore the space with everyone else. Even though it's incomplete, you still get that discovery aspect of it,
but you're
just in a smaller sense.
But then you get that one with a lot of bugs, and basically,
Yes.
like, honestly, that game looks generic as fuck.
Yeah.
It has nothing interesting to the visuals at all.
And
It even
that's-
looks like the same goddamn buildings from the Arma mod.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. I will defend the fact that I don't think graphics make an amazing game.
No,
They
but you
definitely-
can have
they
visual.
definitely help.
You can have
Exactly.
visual style without good graphics.
I'm
like we'll talk these Shovel Knight is one of my favorite games of all
still
time.
haven't played. I have
And
it. I own it. I still haven't played it.
NES graphics, but they, with their limitations,
Yeah.
made something beautiful.
Yeah.
And PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds looks like they went onto the freaking Unity store and just bought like Army Dude building base.
I
Yeah.
do feel because this one of the newest updates, they added new guns. They also added new environment.
I saw like a new like map or something was coming
Yeah,
out, and I also saw, because I pay for Amazon Prime and I have Twitch Prime.
Yeah.
I got some unlockable costumes in PlayerUnknown's
Oh my
Battleground.
god, yeah.
So-
I have a I have a ski mask that I wear with dumb steampunk glasses.
Yeah.
I look like I'm going to hug you forever.
Hug you
in the
forever.
worst way
In
possible.
a bad way. Bad hug forever.
Yeah, bad hug forever. What were okay? So the Twitch Prime
Yeah.
stuff. That's loot. Everyone, Overwatch does that. NBA,
Yeah, but those are games that are complete. Why is an early access game
it's just popular.
getting these fucking Twitch things? It has a fucking honest trailer, like
Yeah.
that YouTube series that does like. You're treating it like it's a finished game. So
That's
I
true.
don't. It's like the having your cake and eating it too bullshit. You're coming off like you're a thing that I can buy and get this product, and
Yeah.
you're, unlockable skins, collaborations with Twitch and Amazon,
Yeah.
and like, big. And then it's on the other hand, well, it's early access, so forgive any bugs we have.
Yeah.
I feel like they're having it both ways.
That's true. They're definitely in that good medium. I feel like the only other game that they're trying to base the model off of, this is only guessing and conjecture, Minecraft being their quote unquote early access for a very long. I bought it when it was first available to download. I bought it, when I was like first started college, maybe it was even
Yeah, I
end of
was
high school.
in
When did
St.
that come out?
Louis. Maybe, I don't know, 09 maybe. I actually don't know.
Okay, first year of college for me. But yeah, just like buying that early access and having faith that it's going to do so well. And now look at it. One of the biggest Microsoft E3 portions was
God, that
Minecraft
was so
in
cringy.
4K, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And that was garbage.
It was
And
really-
but like they make so much money. Who cares who's making fun of it? Who cares what it's doing? They're constantly updating. They're constantly working on
But
things.
also, people have done amazing things in Minecraft.
This is true.
It is a great forum for just people expressing themselves.
I saw a great statue of the Insane Clown Posse today for a Minecraft thing.
I saw a guy
So,
make a fucking working computer out of redstone.
yeah,
Like,
which is super cool.
Yeah.
I can't make a working computer on PlayerUnknown. I'm too busy sniping fools.
Yeah.
And when I say sniping fools,
sniped
I
by
mean
fools.
shooting at them a whole bunch and hope they go down because I'm an awful shot, and that's okay. Do you want another beer?
yeah.
You want another beer? Okay. You keep. This is what we're gonna do because I don't want to edit super much this evening. This is all being in the podcast, by the way.
Okay, fine.
You tell me a little more about why you don't like PlayerUnknown, and then I can still hear because it's in another room. I'm gonna get you another Sunset Wheat or whatever that is.
Sunshine Daydream, yeah.
Sunshine Daydream. I'm gonna get another Commodore, and you just keep talking. I'm gonna back away this way. I'm gonna
Alright.
go this way.
So yeah, this all started with this damn DayZ mod.
Yeah.
And the thing that, all right, so I had fun in it. Don't get me wrong. I was suckered into buying the original DayZ standalone mod that you had to spend money on.
Yes, you did.
And I was on my best streak ever. I'm actually fully loaded. I got all the gear you could ever want.
Yes.
And, we're in this crowded area. It's me and a couple of people I know from, like, the Texas Mumble server. We're actually doing a good job. We clear out some enemies. I'm on this roof, and I lose everything because I clicked on a ladder. It was still so buggy at the time. I clicked on this ladder.
And did it
I
break?
grabbed onto the ladder, and then it just let go of the ladder, and I fell off the building and died, and all of my stuff.
You know what? You should learn how to use the ladder better. How
Well,
about
no, the
that?
game should program in how to use a ladder if we're going to put a ladder in the game and it's interactable.
This is true. This is true. Now, there's a big problem with this game right now that I still don't enjoy, but I understand it's a part of the game, and I deal with it accordingly. But it's called rubber banding. Sometimes when you open a door and you run through it, if there's another person on the other side you're trying to kill, sometimes you'll start at the end of the door, and like jump forward a little bit. It's like trying to catch up.
Yeah.
They've been better about that. I feel like they're always improving in some capacity. Granted, it should have been improved in the first place.
I think I don't know how I feel about early access anymore. I mentioned a few success stories, but
Yeah.
I think I'm actually, like, I get support with your money, what you want to see,
Yeah.
but you're convincing people to buy something that's not finished. And
Yeah.
I get it. Like, you can make 90% of the game great with probably like 60-70% of the effort.
Yeah.
And really, like, that last big chunk is just polishing everything, the fine tuning, and it's like a lot of effort for not a lot of reward. But
Yeah.
like, it's important. You need to like finish your product. You need to make
Yeah.
something like great that we want and resonates with us. And that's
Well, isn't the early access in a way? This is gonna only hurt me when I say this. Isn't the early access in a way its own beta test? But in a way that I'm paying to eat the beta test.
if they treated it like you're really crowdfunding us so we can make this great thing, I would think it's wonderful. But
Yeah.
too many people are exploiting it. We just got enough money that we got to pay for whatever, and this thing's gonna stay in early access hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I was like that until I heard the Xbox thing. I feel like that's super. But I feel like there's a good way and bad way to do beta testing. So the other game that
this one's got enough attention on it that they might be guilted into just finishing it.
and that's
and I
also yeah.
And I think, I swear to God, if it wasn't like, I mean, I know if they could somehow garnish all the success without the attention they're getting,
Yeah.
they would let this thing drop.
Yeah.
Because for the amount of effort they put in, the amount of money they made off of it, fucking sweet. This is a great business
They've
deal.
only been working on this game for 4 months.
Yeah.
That's
why it
in
looks
its own
generic
right,
as hell.
Exactly. But in its own right, to have a working game in such a popular game like that deserves its own kind of gratitude in that regard.
Yes, I know. And imagine what a great job you would be if you took a full development cycle and sold me a real product. This
And
might be
that's
one of my
fine.
favorite games of all time if
Yeah.
that were the case. But
Yeah. Once again, I know I've texted you multiple times to get this game and play with Jason James and I will tell you once again, as always, please come on by.
You're not my only
Shoot
group
some-
of friends doing
I know.
this either.
Is,
and it's
is
just,
it Benandrew too?
Benandrew is the only other person that will stay strong.
Does
with me.
Benandrew listen to this?
I don't know if he does actually.
Benandrew, if you're listening, get your shit together and play some squads with us sometime, and we'll shoot some kids.
Benandrew has stayed strong with me. He's the only other
That's
person
fine.
But
That's
like,
fine.
all of the people I know through him in Texas, and then like even like my girlfriend's brother has
Yeah.
and that's a group of people I play with, and they're
Gotcha.
all into it, or at least a lot of them are.
Yeah.
So Benandrew, stay strong, and shout out to Benandrew. He's getting married in December. Congratulations.
December.
Yeah.
Dude, December wedding. I like that.
It's cheap. Yeah, they were gonna do May, and then they're like, well, it's less money, so we'll do
Who
December.
cares? Yeah, why not? So I feel like there's always a good and bad way to do beta testing. I feel like this is not the best way to do beta
But
testing.
this is like a combination of beta testing and crowdsourcing.
Yes.
And I know there are so many failed Kickstarter projects, but I honestly prefer the Kickstarter method more.
I hate the Kickstarter method.
I think it's better than this.
Did we talk about the Kickstarter
Yeah, we
method?
did.
Because
I don't know if it was a problem.
I mean,
we
I
went off on
paid
it.
money for
Yeah.
ukulele, and I refused to finish this garbage game.
Yeah.
So, and
Oh,
there
that's
also,
the harshest I've ever heard you talk about it.
It is garbage. There is also the first world's fun. I will give you that. It loses its polish after the first hour and a half.
Shovel Knight was a Kickstarter game, though.
Was it?
Yeah, and that's
So also ukulele just came out with. I got an email the other day because I'm a Kickstarter backer. They came out with a bunch of updates to fix the game. So like, as long as you keep updating your game to try to make it work, I totally get it.
And I'm gonna go back to my launch day argument. You
That's
only
fine.
get one launch day.
That's
and
fine. Yeah.
You gotta have your game in a spot. And like, I miss that about the kind of analog offline.
Yeah.
Where I bought this cartridge and they made sure, I'm sorry, that it's in a great playable state. Now I know they have found so many bugs in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
But it is still.
I'm gonna say, have you seen someone speedrun that fucking game?
You just like pick a beetle up in a bottle and with
you
a
jump
deck
backwards,
jump
and you
backwards
beat,
and it warps you.
and essentially a 4-day long game.
Yeah. As a kid, that game took me like a week of solid play to
Exactly, and you beat it in 22 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. But we're at a different time now
It's
where we can
also
fix
like
these
workable.
things.
There's no game-breaking bugs.
Yeah.
And I love it. You have to have something stable.
Yeah.
That's just not the case. I hate day one patches. I mean, this is not directly, but yeah.
But that's just, it's embarrassing.
It is.
Yeah, and but it's like, it sucks because it has turned into something that's so normal.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
For us, like when I download a Steam game, I assume that I need to hook it up to a really good internet because I'm going to get a fucking day one patch that's 8 gigs. That they're fixing everything.
Yeah, you go to the store, you buy a game, and you're 2 hours away from playing it when you put it in your console.
Exactly.
It's
that's
disturbing.
That's a whole problem. So the other way I like doing the beta thing is that I'm also playing Quake Champions right now.
Okay.
So I'm going back and forth on just shooting 12-year-olds, whether it be in a third-person aspect in a war scenario or a completely screwed up Quake game of first-person madness. They're doing it right where every week they have a new open beta. And from the previous week, they take all the notes, they look at all the forums, they see what's going on, they see what's working, see what's not working. I fill out a 10-minute survey every Monday morning after I complete the beta.
Did you pay for this?
No.
So that's how you do a beta.
Exactly. That's the other thing. When I say that, because I like Quake so much, I will admit that I did not pay for this beta. I think what they're rumoring right now, as well as it's going to be a free game, kind of like how TF2 is.
Microtransaction-y.
But you can buy the other characters, and I'm totally fine with that.
You can have free-to-play and microtransactions, and I get it. It sucked. It's not your fault that people have addictive personalities. Like, people are going to spend thousands of dollars.
I'm glad it's not my fault.
Well, I mean, yeah, as a general statement.
Yeah.
But yeah, it drives me nuts when games do both.
Yeah.
Like Overwatch. It's just the loot crates. You can buy real money on loot crates, but you had to pay for Overwatch.
Exactly.
For me, it's you do it one way or the other. You're free to play, and then you have a way for me to spend money in game.
Yeah.
Or I just pay $60 and get a thing that's complete.
Yeah.
The mix match.
But also we're going back into the DLC. One of my favorite games coming out on September 19th, the new Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I'm about to drop
DLC is not a microtransaction. If the designers get together and make some new content for it, that is fine.
But the fact that they already know what the DLC is going to be, and they told us what the DLC is going to be, and they're just waving it in front of us, and they're like,
there's
an extra
bad DLC.
Yeah. This is Marvel is doing a bad DLC where I could buy this DLC, and I'm going to for $30 extra.
And I hate that.
And it adds 6 more characters, and I already know fucking 4 of them.
$5 a character.
It's like great. I'm okay with that because I love this game, and I know that I'm gonna play it a shit ton.
Yeah, it sucks when it's something you love,
but it's still not okay. At the end of the day, it's still not appropriate to do
You're
that.
You're not wrong. Like I've paid extra money. I paid extra money in For Honor, and I hate myself for doing that because that game was not complete.
Exactly.
It had the core of a game that I would absolutely love, and it just was a pile of shit otherwise.
Do you think we'll ever get back to the idea of non-DLC content?
No.
It's just like...
I think this is what gaming is now.
I think it is. Because I
think this is why the indie scene is making such a resurgence. Like, you know, we talked about Hollow Knight last time. I'm playing through that again.
Yeah.
It's
just... you beat it the first time already?
I actually didn't make it all the way to the end, but I started over because I let almost a month go by, and it's just easier for me.
You can't follow, yeah.
Yeah. And it's great, like, because they make a complete thing, and there might be a DLC pack later, but for $20 or $30 or whatever I spent, I got a complete experience.
Yeah.
And it's, like, well flushed out and start to finish. And
exactly. I think right now on the Steam sale, it's like $9.
Yeah, whatever.
I kind of want to get it, but I also
You said you don't like the backtracking.
I don't like that
through.
backtracking
I love, like, where I learn the world and the combat.
I don't know. I mean, because then again, like, I really liked Rogue Legacy, but like that, I feel like that's different because you're supposed to die. And that's
Yeah,
the
the
nihilist
point. It's
in me that just loves death.
I don't know if you know the term roguelike. That's literally why it's called Rogue Legacy.
Yeah.
Roguelike is just a game where it is. You get as far as you can, you die, you start over with new stuff. It's
And
not
that's
like
fine.
you build your character with stats that you get to keep forever. It's one and done.
So, like, what do you feel about, like, remastering games? Because our friend of the pod, Andrew Kuhar, just came out with a article on Engadget about Crash Bandicoot, one of my favorite childhood games of all time. And I haven't read it yet, but I wanted to bring it up.
I owned a PS1 and I've never played a Crash Bandicoot.
Really? You should get the N-Sane trilogy. That's not insane. That's N.
Because I know the bad guy has an N on his head,
that's
right?
his Doctor.
I thought it was Cortex.
It's Cortex. I don't know why he has an N on.
Does he have an N? Am I thinking of that right?
No, that's right. That's
okay.
right. Yeah. I remember getting all like the action figures and stuff, and yeah, that game was fun. They made a Mario Kart thing, and they made a Mario Party thing in Crash Bandicoot. They were really just grasping for a while. Like they tried.
Yeah.
They tried. So what do you feel about remasters then? If it's like the same.
If they do a good job, because
Okay.
I mean, so I know.
So what's to say PlayerUnknown's not doing a good job? Even though it's in early access, are they not doing a good job?
No, because it's just like generic models. It looks like shit.
But look, when I pick up a gun and my arm goes, woo,
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Here's what I want in a remaster. It was
Okay.
made in whatever year, and technology could only go this far.
Yes.
We had a great core game. We had great gameplay, great story, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But now technology has advanced so much. Let's see that beautiful thing again in what the tech can do now.
Yeah.
I love remasters that are like that. And I know you're paying for the same game again, but it's like
That's true.
So this Final Fantasy VII remaster, they're changing the combat on it. It's coming out in 4 steps, so I'm skeptical. Now I'm
That's
one of those
weird.
people. I don't know how good Final Fantasy VII actually was, but it came out in the time where I had a lot of free time, so it spent a lot of time on it. It resonated with me. It's one of my favorite games.
Gotcha.
So I would love to see, because it looks like shit. Let's be completely honest. You have little Lego people. It looks miserable.
I never got into those games.
Yeah, I would love to see it looking great, but they're
Yeah.
changing the combat up and stuff. And
That's kind of
they're
weird when
selling
you're
it to you
changing the
4 times.
core mechanic of
Yeah.
a game. That's real weird.
And I get that the combat was kind of like the menu, pick your attacks. It's kind of dated now.
that's
But you
fine.
know what? That still can be fun. There's some
That's-
strategy to it. It doesn't
yeah.
have to be. And I'm getting older. I can actually feel my reaction time slowing down a little bit.
Exactly. You can't be the esports legend that we want you to be.
Exactly.
And they're doing like the Telltale game thing where it's like I think they're gonna bust it out in chapters.
yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
That's garbage.
Yeah.
Give me the full
It works
game.
for the Telltale style games.
It does.
And no
well,
other
no, hold
style.
on. It doesn't. It
doesn't?
really doesn't.
So I fell off though. This might be a comment because I really like Walking Dead season 1 and even season 2 is pretty good.
Yeah.
And The Wolf Among Us season 1 was good. That's as much as I've done.
Okay, so season 1 was great. I enjoyed season 2.
It wasn't as good, but okay.
It still was really
Yeah,
good.
it's good. It was very interesting.
It's hard to top season 1.
Yeah.
It really was. I'm playing season 3 right now. The last chapter is out, and I can't get myself to play it. I've tried to. It's never a priority because Telltale had this problem where they were like, hey, we're going to release these every couple months, and then they stopped doing that. So, like, Walking Dead season 2, they did that. But they have such good storytelling that you feel okay about it, basically. But with this one, it's like, 4 months in between hour-and-a-half chapters. Like, it's not how you should be playing a game, ever. I don't know. I feel like I'll finish it sooner or later. I don't care enough, I guess. It's what it is. It's not as a compelling
It has a
story.
10 out of 10 on Steam.
Whoa, the third season?
The first season, I'm sorry.
Okay, the first season does.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm actually looking up the date right now. So it came out in 2012.
Yeah.
So that was 5 years ago. I think a big problem with those games is the tech is starting to look really dated.
It looks like the first few seasons are cool because they're like, oh,
Well, it's the best
we're
they could
doing
do
like
at the
cell shaded because it's like the
time.
comic book.
But you could tell they're using the exact same engine 5 years later, and it's starting to look like shit.
It doesn't work, and here's also a good example of a game that I love that I know it's buggy and weird shit happens in the game where it just doesn't render right or some animation runs into each other and it doesn't work right. And that just happens in the game, and you kind of just accept it at that point. I don't know. It's weird. They do those with all the Telltale games. Like Tales of the Borderlands. They do the one with the Big Bad Wolf. What is that called?
The Wolf Among Us.
There we go.
I liked that one a lot.
I thought it was good. I thought it wasn't great, but I thought it was good. That was one of those release schedules where they're like, we're going to do every 3 months. And then, like, between the 3rd and the 5th episode, it was, like, almost a year.
Yeah, that was one of those ones I got for my girlfriend because she loved the comics and was excited about it. And she never ended up finishing it, but I did.
Those are, what was it? The comic Fable, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. I didn't really enjoy those. I don't know.
I'm not a comic book person.
And that's fine.
Because it's like, yeah, this is, like, totally personal taste. But,
yeah.
you know, the guy spent all this time on this drawing. You know, like hours and hours making the drawing look good and then fills in the text bubble. Mm-hmm. And for me, it's really about the story and what's happening. So I look at the picture very quickly, look at the text bubble, and then I'm on to the next frame.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like for his effort invested, I'm just not the right person to appreciate.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I just don't like the story. I don't like the concept of it. I don't like the plot of it.
I didn't mean fables in general. I meant comics.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fine. Either way.
Yeah, because it's like, I feel like I read them very quickly. It's like a new comic comes out, and I've read it in less than 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And he spent so much time on that. And I know it's a personal thing. People love it. But
Yeah.
it's not my thing.
I mean, I like reading the Walking Dead comics, but I go months without reading them because I want to read more than 10 pages at a time.
Yeah, I know. I was up to date in like 2009 or 2010 on the Walking Dead comics.
Yeah.
And that's the last time I read
Man,
them.
I mean, I feel like now that you have such a backlog, it'd be worth your time to go back and revisit them because they're still good. The show is basically garbage, and it's basically a CW show, but the comic is still pretty solid in some regard. But going full circle, you should buy PlayerUnknown's.
I'm
It's
not
only
going to buy
$30.
PlayerUnknown. You know what? Here's the deal I'll make to you. The day it comes out of early access and they say we're releasing this, I'll buy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deal. I saw your face. This is on audio.
Yeah, I will.
This whole episode actually I'm gonna re-edit this tonight where it's only gonna be that sound clip for the whole episode. You don't even know yet.
And I'll actually admit this. I had it in my cart and clicked purchase, but it was the month my credit card expired. So it didn't go through, and by the time I got my new credit card, I had like rebuilt my resolve.
Well,
and
good.
didn't buy
That's
it.
fine.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's not for everyone. I'm having fun playing it, and to be quite honest, if it stopped working today,
You feel like you got your money's worth?
I feel like I got my money's worth, and I feel like that's very important to me, because it's hard for me to buy new games.
Well, yeah, and I honestly think, I don't know what the opposite of the low-hanging fruit is. This is the high-hanging fruit. This is probably the best game that has this problem. Like,
Yeah.
there are so many early access bullshit nonsense out of there, and I will say there's something to be enjoyed in PlayerUnknown, but it's still a culture I don't like. It's the most popular right now, and I want this to go away.
And it sucks because I feel like I was very much on your side about this and very much against it for a while, and then I kept watching the game, and then I kept if Twitch didn't exist, I would never own this game. But watching like Dr. Disrespect and Vis play this game, which by the way, have you seen Dr. Disrespect play this game? He is like this persona that he has. His name is Dr. Disrespect. He has sunglasses on. He wears black on black on black. He has a mustache and a mullet. He's basically an 80s action star playing this game.
Okay, I could get behind that.
And it's fun. And he plays like synthwave music, and he's pretty good at it. He's not the best at it. His friends are better than he is. And then he's such a good personality, and he sold me on this game. He made it look super fun. And having that right backing, I feel like, is the reason why I bought this game. Not because of the game itself, because other people looked like they were having a fucking blast playing this game. He'd win a game, and he'd have a separate green screen, and he'd walk on and do a bunch of dances for 3 minutes. He was so
That just
excited.
sounds like good advertising to me.
It's
though.
amazing. I recommend watching Dr. Disrespect's channel. It's wonderful. Yeah. I don't know.
I think we've had enough of Video Game Corner here.
That's-
we both made our
that's-
points.
Yeah,
I don't really think
we both made
either
our
of us
points,
won.
and that's
Yeah.
fine. Do you want to go over some WikiHow stuff?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's do some WikiHow stuff. Okay, so this WikiHow for this evening is how to ding dong ditch, which was a very interesting. We're not going to read how to ding dong ditch. If you don't know how to ding dong ditch, that's your own problem. When's the last time you ding dong ditched, James?
I was in grade school.
Yeah.
I remember we really only did it. I was spending the night at my buddy's house, a bunch of us over, and we actually did it to his parents, so we never even like did it. So
yeah, we did in the neighborhood, but also we did it in the neighborhood with the kids that live there. So it doesn't. It's never a good prank. Have you ever lit dog poop on fire before?
no, I mean, so I've always been kind of like, I would say I'm actually kind of pragmatic and come off cold as a person, but I'm also like very empathetic, and at the point where like it would be really shitty if someone set shit on fire on my porch.
There
so
we go.
I'm
It'd be
not
really shitty if you lit
gonna
shit on my.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I've never done anything in that capacity before. So, okay, so we're going over some community Q&A. The first one right off the bat. What if my neighbor says something ugly? Do I get revenge or not? So first off,
this is posted in the wrong question.
So first off, what is saying something ugly? Let's dissect something ugly as its whole. What do you think something ugly is? Is it just like a curse?
I think it's maybe in English as a second language to say something like unpleasant or disrespectful.
But also at the same time, does this person get revenge?
You know, I'm not a fan of revenge.
No, I feel like that's revenge is cowardice.
I love a good revenge flick.
Yeah.
I just watched John Wick 2.
Did you like it?
Oh, I loved it.
It was
I
good.
love the John Wick movies.
It's good.
Highly recommend.
Yeah, if you haven't seen John Wick 1, John Wick 2, like
I'm excited for 3. Yeah.
I'm excited for 3. I'm hoping they do a really good job with the John Wick films of throwing you in this world, but also not doing this stupid trope.
No, it's 100% style, zero substance.
Exactly.
And I love it.
Exactly. There's this trope. I just watched this movie actually last night with Ashley called The Autopsy of Jane Doe. And they perform an autopsy on a person, and the one character is telling the other character what he's doing while he's doing it. But the trope is like, I'm telling you how to do something, but you already know that because you work here.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, he's been doing this for how long now? You don't have to tell him what you're doing.
But they're doing it for the audience, and they just couldn't think of a smart way to express that to the audience.
But John Wick does such good idea of world building where it's fantastic and it works, but you're still curious, and they don't give you everything because you're following John Wick, who knows everything.
And I love it. It's beautiful. It's well done. It just it doesn't treat you like an idiot.
Exactly.
It's like there's a little bit of depth to this movie. If you don't catch it, it's fine. Like, you're still gonna have a great time.
It doesn't matter.
So we're not gonna rub your face in.
My one coworker rented it from the library because that's still a thing. And
hey, my girlfriend does that. Go rent stuff from the
well,
library.
she works at the library. Hold on.
No. I meant like my girlfriend does that as in is like she lets you rent these things or
that's fine.
You can.
But he rented it from the library because that's what he does. And he's like, it's been on my shelf for like a week now. I'm like, that is a week wasted.
Yeah.
Because the first John Wick film,
great.
I remember seeing it for the first time and then watching it 3 more times in 1 week.
I've only seen it the once, but man, I really liked it.
Oh man, seeing it again is exciting. John Wick 2 was good. I feel like thinking about it now gets me more excited than when I saw it in the theater. I don't know. But also they're supposed to be making a TV series.
I don't want that.
Which I'm very concerned about.
I saw a post reposted on Reddit. Maybe it was a Twitter. But basically the guy who made the movie is like, I think we're going to wrap John Wick up in John Wick 3 in a way you'll really like it. We'll wrap it. So that's what I want.
And that's fine.
The way they ended it on a not cliffhanger. Like 2 ends with like an opening. I don't know what's the best way to say this word?
It's not a cliffhanger.
John Wick 2 felt like a complete movie, but left the door open for number 3.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's the best way to say that.
I don't know the right terminology for that, even though I work in this kind of industry. But I know what you mean. That's fine. Go see John Wick 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so I'm excited for 3, and I don't want to see another one. Do it one more time because John Wick 2 was good, but it was a lot like 1.
Yeah,
honestly,
and that's fine.
Yeah, and that's fine. So give me a number 3, and then be done with it.
Because like they really kind of open that they just cracked the door open. They cracked the door open at the end of 2, where I'm like, I want to see everything that's going on now.
And without spoiling anything, it seems like, all right, you left an interesting hook. I want to see how they do this.
Exactly. So I'm worried about the TV series.
I don't want that. I'm going to pretend it doesn't exist.
Exactly. Simply because I feel like they're going to go into the underground of the world of assassins. Like, that's not going to be exciting. Like, even in John Wick 2, when they had that fight and they rolled in the hotel, like, there's, like, this rules and, like, this... There's just such good world-building exercises. Like,
and they don't, like, rub your face in it. It just kind of happens, and, like...
You accept it.
You realize that, like, wait, I have, like, a 5th-grade brain, at least.
Yeah.
I know what's happening when no one told me, because I saw it. Like,
yeah.
I hate being
Once again, it's back to that trope of, I'm doing this and this and this, but you know that I'm going to do this because you work here. So
that's, like, I really like sports anime for some reason. I don't like sports, but there's one.
What are you watching anime-wise now?
Kuroko no Basket was one of my favorites about basketball. And
yeah.
It's basically the basketball that a guy named Kuroko plays.
Okay.
And then one called Haikyuu, which is about 2 guys that play volleyball.
Okay. Is that just a Top Gun remake? I don't understand.
No, it's actually like a full team, but I mean, it's about like, anyways. The point is they're very well done. I mean, they're not the perfect shows, but then the new anime season just started, so I put a random one on. It's the new one about soccer.
Okay.
And the hook of this one is the guy who just came to the high school who's really good is a neat freak or a germaphobe.
Okay.
And literally every goddamn line of dialogue for the first 15 minutes is how he's good at soccer, but he's afraid of germs. And I like...
That's just poor writing.
I turned it off. Like,
yeah.
You don't rub my face. Like, I hate that.
Exactly. It's like it's a show not, when we do film stuff, it's a show not tell aspect of things.
Just
like,
always do that.
Why have someone tell me what's going on when I can just shoot an interesting shot?
Very few people are that dumb that they're not going to get it.
Exactly.
Do not cater your movie to those people.
and that's your bad test audience, because that's not going to make your film good. Speaking of anime, only anime I watch is Fooly Cooly.
I love that one.
Okay, they just released a new trailer for season 2 and season 3.
What the fuck?
It's coming out 2018. Here's the thing though, it looks like a different art style, and the only character that I recognized was Hari Hariko. That's it. That's it. I don't know. I don't know anything about. I haven't seen this anime in years. I just remember being on Adult Swim and watching it over and over again.
There's so many people involved in those things, but they went on, some of them to Gurren Lagann, and then you didn't really like Kill la Kill.
And
then
stuff
they
like
had one
that.
called Kisniver that wasn't as
okay,
good.
I still need to finish Kill la Kill.
Yeah, it's hard to, like, all right, it does kind of, it's weird because it's drawn kind of shitty in a style I like, but then it kind of, like, over-sexualizes its characters.
Which is real
And
weird.
I'll give it credit because it does it to the male characters as well. It's not just, but
like,
it is kind of weird.
I feel like that studio does a really good job of, like, playing off of anime tropes and, like, really kind of hitting home, like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Everything about this is stupid.
That's why I love Kill la Kill, though. Like, it is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just over the top. It's like clothes are trying to take over the world.
Exactly. It's like, why not? It's a fashion move. But yeah, after this, I'll just show you the trailer. It's like a minute and a half, but it's the only anime that I like. Anyways, back to this WikiHow question.
That's happening.
Can I play this in an apartment building?
Yes, but many apartment buildings have cameras that may catch you in the act.
Oh, jeez. Okay, first off, if you live in an apartment complex that has a bunch of cameras down the hallway...
Well, I mean, Ding Dong Ditch requires a doorbell, and most individual apartments don't have them in the units.
This is true.
So if you want to do it at an apartment building, you just kind of
go
walk up
to
and
the
buzz everything
Yeah.
and then walk away.
So a good trick, this is going to sound really awful, a good trick to get in an apartment complex...
Yeah, you buzz everyone.
You buzz everyone, someone's going to let you in. Because, yeah, it's just the idea of numbers. What is a good age to play this, James?
I love how it's just like, as long as you can run.
Yeah. As long as you can run. So, you know, me and my Pookie are playing this later. And, you know, we can go into our 90s or 100s and play this game. As long as you have the ability to run, it seems like you can still play this game.
Yep.
You know, speaking of games, this is not an early access title. This is just a Ding Dong Ditch
Still
title.
in the beta.
Still in the beta. What should I do if I'm hiding and person begins to scan the area?
I didn't notice that typo until you read it out loud.
Yeah. I want to know what scan... Okay, so I'm
So
assuming
I
they
don't
mean-
agree with their answer. They're basically just stay and wait until they leave.
Yeah.
But I've played Metal Gear Solid. I know you basically sit there and wait until they're like, "Oh, it must have been my imagination," and
Yeah.
then the exclamation mark over their head goes away.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when you know you can.
So you have to wait for the exclamation point when it becomes a question mark or when it goes away fully, and then
You gotta wait for them to be like, "Oh, it doesn't exist anymore."
Yeah, exactly. It's like this is not a thing. There's just a box there. It's fine. What is the minimum age to play this game?
There is no minimum age. Just be safe, don't get caught. I want to teach my baby who can't even walk to just hit a doorbell.
Well, it's got to be tall enough to hit the doorbell, though.
I'll give him shoes.
Get a back
those
scratcher or
moon
something.
boots.
Moon boots.
Yeah.
So in the 40-year-old version when they had the goldfish in them and whatnot. Have you seen that film?
Have. It's been a while though.
I want to watch that film again. I wonder if it holds up. If I get caught and they don't know me, should I run? Yes, run. Be better at crimes. I don't know. Fucking run. Don't even. Yeah. I don't understand. What would happen if I ding dong ditch a cop's house? That's a good ending question. What would happen if you ding dong ditch a cop's house? Well,
Just own up to it or say, "I'm sorry, I knocked on the wrong door and I got embarrassed, so I ran away." Don't do that. That's bullshit.
okay, you should be a better person about this and really commit. Okay, so with improv and sketch and whatnot that I work closely with, we have the idea of the commit to the bit. You really have to just double down on the idea that you're doing something, and you can't break. If you break, you destroy everything you've worked towards. So why ding dong ditch? First off, why ding dong ditch and stand there? First off, you're doing bad and your friends are bad and you should feel bad. But
You're just ding donging. If
yeah,
you ring it and
you're
stand
only
there,
doing
you're just ding
2/3
donging.
of the activity, asshole. And you should really work on doing the last third. So you should run regardless. The cop's not gonna fucking shoot you. That's it. That's fine.
Unless you're. Sorry, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna make that joke.
Unless you're an African American in this U.S. of A. country, happy 4th of July. African Americans get shot more statistically, and it's a real problem. And yeah,
Dark.
It's just it is. It's I don't want to get super down to the dumps here, but it is a serious issue that we do not have an answer for.
Nope.
And if you're here for an answer, I feel like you've come to the wrong
No,
place.
absolutely not.
Okay.
I have no good ideas.
That's fine. So running time wise, let's get to the happy endings.
Yeah. You don't want to talk about your problem real quick?
I'll talk about the problem next time. That's
Okay.
fine.
So this was a video game corner podcast.
It was a video game corner podcast. So another problem that I have is that I came here right for work, as you can tell by my attire, and I forgot the happy endings. But what I did do, because I'm a good person, I texted our friend James, and I asked him what should be our happy endings. And his happy ending for this episode is getting fireworks in your eyes. Hold on, let me pull up the text message to make sure I get this
Sure.
100% right. My phone is garbage. Nope, that's your text message. Getting fireworks in your eye and going to urgent care.
Well, at least you were watching fireworks up until the moment you couldn't watch anything anymore.
That is true. Watching fireworks is fun for the first 10 minutes. Also, eye patches may come back as a full circle.
Yeah, you're right. You can convince people you're a pirate.
Yeah, there's a lot of pirate
Be
games
like,
coming
give
out.
me that booty.
Yeah. Treat me like a pirate and give me that booty. And then, yeah, so I feel like getting fireworks in your eyes is not the best situation. But also, it's kind of like in a Daredevil sense, when you lose one sense, you gain better senses
That's
in
not
other
true at all.
regard. Damn it.
I wish it were.
Do
No,
you
I
want-
don't. I wish I never lose any of my senses.
Yeah, do you want a second one? He gave me two.
Nah, that's fine.
You don't want a second one? It's okay. That's fine. James. Oh, I kicked the microphone. James, happy birthday.
Thanks.
I hope you enjoy your 30s.
Me too.
And we're going to keep doing this and keep having a fun time. Once again, this has been the
This is
Plucking.
the last time you'll hear my delicious 29-year-old voice.
This is true. It is delicious. Do you have actually? We forgot plugs. We've been drinking. James, what are you into this week?
Like I said, I've been replaying Hollow Knight, but I already plugged that.
Okay.
I will say one of my girlfriend's friends is on a show on Netflix right now called Gypsy.
Okay.
I can't really recommend the show. It's not very good, but I will say I did kind of fast forward and watch her parts and knowing who she is.
That's cool.
And seeing her on
How does she
screen.
know her?
They just went to high school together.
Oh, that's
but
awesome.
she was like convincingly a very different person, so I think that means she's doing a good job as an actress.
Yeah,
so
that's wonderful.
If you want to just let that run, you can give it a try, but if you don't like it, maybe just let it run for the view count.
I'll go in between my Twin Peaks viewing right now, so that's fine. For me, I have a show late August with the comedy band Psycho Stick. They have many songs on YouTube and Spotify. I recommend you check them out. I'm going to be at the Agora opening for them on August 24th. Go see Something Dada, the Lakewood Beck Center improv team. Highly recommend them. They play most Saturdays at Lakewood Beck Center. My album I'm almost done writing it. I have one more song that I'm finishing up right now, and then I go into the recording process for a while. Other plugs, I think that's it. Let's talk about other podcasts real quick. Hold on, local podcasts that really... we have the Sweet Nothings podcast with Tony and Freddie, which are friends of mine. They give us shout-outs pretty much every episode, so I thought I would return the favor.
That's awesome, yeah.
They are currently only on YouTube currently, and I believe SoundCloud, but they're moving to iTunes soon, per my request. And so they're called the Sweet Nothings Podcast. They're more of a story-oriented podcast. Also, we have the Velocity Chaos Podcast with Nick and Luke. I've known Nick for a little while now. Nick and Luke did my Dad Life music video. They talk about news stories and all that jazz, and I highly recommend them. They're both weekly podcasts, so in between listening to us, I recommend listening to Sweet Nothings and the Velocity Chaos Podcast. Once again, guys, you can always email us at thepluckingpetalspodcast@gmail.com, and you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and we don't have an Instagram, but you can follow me on Instagram. Everything at Mayor Wertz. That's WERTZ. Once again, James, happy birthday, good sir. And as always, this has been the Plucking Petals podcast with James and Kyle. As always, I am Kyle.
And I just paid Kyle for our podcast hosting.
Hell yeah. Have a good day.